I like that.
Hi there. Hey
Ho
there.
there.
Ho there. We're as happy as can be.
Yep.
Eddie, Bob, Julio, back for another session of 3-Ball Walk. Hope everyone's well. Winding up the season. 10, 11, 12 games left for everybody.
It's almost over.
It's almost over. It's hard to believe.
A lot of home runs. Ball flying out of the yard.
Yeah, record, right? 5,500.
5,000, whatever.
5,556, I think was what I saw.
Broke the record from 2000 from the steroids era.
What? What?
Yeah, the
What?
steroids era,
What?
where numbers were inflated.
Numbers were all inflated there, right? So we're going to have to put an asterisk by this year's stat as well?
Nope.
Why?
Superior athlete.
Oh, sure, right.
Work out better.
That's what
Better
everybody
cardio,
said with
better-
McGuire and Sosa.
Well, that was proven wrong.
Well, yeah, but it was proven wrong after the fact,
After the
right?
fact, right.
So if we prove it this wrong after the fact, we have to put an asterisk by this
Later.
Why is the ball jumping out?
year.
And I'll give you my opinion, and nobody has said it, really.
I think, first of all, I think the athletes are probably bigger, stronger, and faster than they've ever been before because they're trained better than maybe they've ever been before. But I also think the parks have become more hitter friendly.
That's a good
They
point.
have been.
Yeah, that's a good point.
My theory is simple. To every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
So you throw the ball harder?
And we're in a power game. You square it up, even people that aren't home run hitters become home run hitters.
And the guys that are home run hitters just hit them a ton.
Ton. But the guys that are just square, you square it up, it goes.
Well, yeah, and again, like we talked a little bit last week, if your manager doesn't care if you strike out a lot, you can go up there and
But people are hitting. I mean, there's people hitting 340, 330, 320.
and there's people hitting 220s still
Sure,
in the league.
there always has been.
Not as many. I
But
know.
I'm just saying, Stanton's hitting 285.
That's pretty good.
55 home runs. So it's not like everyone's Dave Kingman. There's a few, but there's always been Dave Kingmans.
Sure.
But people are, I really do believe. I think the average guy is squaring it up and the ball's jumping.
Do you think if so, let's say he has somebody from back in the day come and look at today's numbers, that the first thing they would say was the pitching's watered down because there's so many teams?
No, they would sit there and say, how the heck are you bringing in a middle reliever in the fifth inning
Right.
that's throwing 97 miles an hour?
That's
That's what, right now, if I looked at the game now compared to whatever, and you watch those old games, those dudes aren't throwing nowhere near. And it doesn't matter who it is. It's every guy.
You might find one guy that would throw it that hard that you'd run against in a whole series. Back in the day, the other thing is the guys were not wearing hard helmets to bat for a long time. Then they were wearing helmets without ear flaps for a while batting, and now they look like men from the Terminator coming back.
A lot of them do.
They've got full arm protection. They've got ankle protection. They've got knee protection. Their whole left
And
side,
if the
their whole
pitch-
front side is protected. So the pitcher, if he comes inside,
And
no big deal.
if he comes inside twice,
he gets ejected.
It's ridiculous.
So you can't knock anybody down anymore.
No.
You can't come inside anymore. So you can't command the inside part of the plate anymore. And if you can't do that, then you're going to leave more balls out over the middle of the plate, which are going to
when
get hit
they're
harder.
staying in, they're squaring it up.
So I think a lot of the old time, you talking about old timey guys, they would be upset. The old time pitchers would be upset because they can't go headhunting anymore because that was the way you controlled an inner part of the plate.
Don Drysdale would have a stroke probably.
You have to
He did.
control
He would,
if you
yeah,
don't
he did.
if you don't want this to become a hitter dominated long ball league.
Right.
And if you do, fine. If you the chicks dig the long ball. But if you don't want it to be that, if you want it to go back to a baseball purist league, then you take all that stuff away, and you say now you want to get up in there on the plate and control the outer part of the plate. Do so at your own risk. You get hit in the elbow, you're out for a year. Break your elbow, that's your choice. But now you have to move back off the plate a little bit, which gives the pitcher the opportunity to throw a good cutter on the outside part and get you out.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go squaring it up, hitting the long ball. I got A, B, C, or D for you. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Multiple choice.
A,
Okay.
Stanton hits 60.
Okay.
B, Judge hits 50. C, they both do. D, neither of them do.
I'm going to go With C, they both do.
Okay, why? You got 12 games left.
12
One of them
games
needs
left.
6.
One needs 6.
The other needs 5.
I think Judge is adjusted, and I think he's starting to show that he's starting to hit the home runs again. I just have a feeling about Stanton. I can't explain it. I just think he's going to hit 60. I just think.
Is he going to get to 62?
I don't know if he'll get to that high.
What
That's
number?
one of
What,
the- one of
what
the
matters?
guys-
60, 59. What's the difference?
60 is
60
a
is
number.
a-
60 is a
it's-
number.
it's a
still-
round
it's still a
It's
number
an actual
under.
ring to it.
No, but it's
It's
60.
still a number under.
It's 60.
It's 60. Babe Ruth
What's
is
the
60.
difference? 60, 59.
60. 60.
If
59.
you can't break
So what do
the
you think?
record,
58 would
What
be
difference
what-
does it
Jimmy
matter?
throw it at
Fox
you.
with 58.
neither.
I'm with you.
I don't think either of them are going to get there. I don't think that, especially, I think Stanton might have a shot because he gets on one of those streaks and he hits 3 home runs in a game or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Judge is going to get 6 in 12 games. I just don't see him getting on that kind of streak.
The Marlins have about 4 innings left today. Stanton has not hit
It's not
one.
that one yet.
Well, again,
Ozuna, a couple RBIs, RBI single in the first, RBI single in the fourth.
if
And the Mets keep losing.
well, of course the Mets keep losing. They should have brought Tebow up. They should have just done that just for marketing. But
Yep.
they lost an opportunity to gain some
PR.
fannies in the seats
Yep.
and some PR. At least they would have been. At least people have been talking about the Mets
Right.
instead of talking about them losing all the time. They would have. They would have had a reason to talk.
Let's go back to the power pitchers. American League Cy Young, Sale or Kluber?
3 weeks ago I said Sale, and but I'm gonna go with Kluber. I'm gonna switch.
Yeah, I've got
I think Kluber. I did Sale also, but he's just really. It's
And I don't want to say he carried the team because
No.
he's only pitching every 5 games, and when you win 20 something in a row, someone else
Someone
has
else
to be
is
pitching
helping,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it didn't hurt.
No, it didn't, and I think it's a "what have you done for me lately" kind of thing in the voters' minds.
Well, the overall picture, picture.
Mhm.
You
So
like
that's
that?
Picture
Picture.
of the pitcher.
No, picture.
Picture. Picture of the pitcher.
Yeah, the overall picture, basically, Kluber has more wins,
More wins,
better ERA,
better ERA.
Yep.
you know, and his team's gonna
They've
be the
already
number 1
clinched.
seed. They've already clinched,
Yeah.
but the Astros won 5 in a row, and the Astros are making a run for it now.
They are. They are.
It's
2 games
amazing. You win 4 out of 5 like the Indians do. You only lose 1 game in the last 25 games, and the Astros have made up a game on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, the Astros were that hot early. They were the
But what
early
have
team.
they've won 5 in a
They
row.
won 5 in a row. I mean, but they were the early. They went out and got such a big lead early.
They did.
that
One
Cleveland
game in the loss column. Cleveland's got 1 game less, so that's anyone's game right there
to be
Best
the
record.
to be the top seed
Top
and get
seed.
to play the Yankees or
Minnesota.
the Twinkies.
Twinkies
Who
or
do you got?
The
Who you
Angels.
got in there?
or the Angels.
Not the Rays,
Not the Rays. The Rays are out.
Bailed.
but the Rays.
They made a good showing.
They did.
But the Rays play the Yankees. The Rays play
Boston.
the Red Sox.
The Rays are going to determine
Spoiler.
who gets in.
And that's a 3 games actually. Yeah.
Well,
Exactly,
I mean,
3
I don't
games.
think that-
Boston, New York, and for the first time, and I don't know how long, they don't play each other in the last 2 weeks of the season.
So they're 2 back. The
3
Yankees are 2 back.
The Yankees are 3 back,
3
3
back.
behind Boston,
3 back, 82, 64, and 84,
with 11
62.
with 11 to go.
That's
63.
84, 87, 87, 64, 84, 87, 84 is 3, 64,
Oh, that's 8.
67.
That's a 7. I
That's
can't
a
see it that far. I thought it was
That's a 7.
86. I thought it said 86, 64. My bad.
That's a
It's
67.
okay.
I didn't write
No,
it.
3 games. Now the Yankees have a 6 games in the wild card, so the Yankees have pretty much clinched the wild card.
I think so, and
Yeah.
barring a total collapse in the last 12 games, which is not unheard of.
No.
It has happened before.
To other New York teams.
Yeah, to go on a 5-game losing streak. If you go on a 5 or 6 game losing streak, it's possible that both LA and Minnesota could jump them.
Right.
That's yeah.
I mean, it is possible that both those teams could because they're not playing each other. So if they went on a win streak and New York went on a losing streak, let's say New York goes 4 and 8 over the last 12 games.
You win, you go 10-2.
You don't have
just-
to go 10 and 2, right? You're only
6
they're
games.
6 games
down.
back. Yeah. You'd have to go 10-2.
Yes, that's true.
So
It's
it's
tough.
doable, but probably not to get both of them to get there.
They have to collapse. 4-8 won't do it. It's going to take like a 2-10.
And both those other teams would have to go 10-2,
Right.
and that's probably not going to happen on either of those things. So you feel like New York's going to be in, you feel like Boston's going to be in, and then you got a one game between New York and pick the team.
Or Boston if you make up those 3 games. Think
Well,
one series, flip-flop one series. The Rays sweep the Red Sox and get swept by the Yankees.
They don't play the Yankees.
The Rays play
Rays
them.
Oh, the Rays.
The Rays do, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that's how easy it is. It's one.
but Boston would still have to lose 3 more.
If the Red Sox get swept by the Rays
Right.
and the Yankees sweep the Rays, there's your 3-game difference right there.
That's only 3 though. That's not 6, right? So that
They're
that would
only
be tied.
3 behind in the wild card.
They would be tied.
They would be tied. They need one more game.
Right. They need another game. They need something else to happen.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But I'm saying they're even. They're 3 games from being even.
Absolutely. But if
But,
I had to
but
pick,
Boston's kept that little slim margin for about a month now.
Yeah.
right. But if I had to pick one game, if Boston were the wild card team, I'd pick Boston hands down because of their pitching staff for a 1-game series.
Yep.
I think I would go with their pitching more than New York against those other guys. I could see New York just as easily winning and just as easily losing against Minnesota or LA. But I think Boston would be the hands down favorite to win a 1-game play-in series.
Okay, and then my other one to play the Astros or the Indians. Who do you got there?
To play them, who do I
No.
want to play?
The wild card will wind up playing the Astros and the Indians, and there's a game and a half difference. 1 game in the loss. One's got 57 losses. One's got 58. So basically, Cleveland loses 1 game more, and Houston's the number 1 seed. Can you keep up the pace that the Indians have been playing?
Statistically, it should go to Houston. I mean, you should lean to Houston statistically because sooner or later that's got to run out. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe the Windians win it all, and
The Windians.
the Windians. Yeah, that's not my original one. That was somebody else's. Actually, that was LeBron called them the Windians. Somebody else called them for him. He wasn't that creative either. So it's going to be an interesting.
It's a
12
fun
days.
2 weeks.
It's fun.
You know? It'll be real good. And then on the flip side, you got the Cubs and the Brewers battling in the Central.
Yep.
And they actually play each other. The Cardinals have 3 games with the Brewers, 4 games with the Cubs. The Cubs, besides the Cardinals, they also play the Brewers. I mean, they all play each other.
Which is how it should
7
be.
games out of the last 12, and that's going to determine it. Right now, the Cubs, I want to say, have
3 games.
3 games on Milwaukee and about 4 on St. Louis.
Yeah, that's the tightest division. That one could go either way because
with
they
their-
play each other. That's the thing is they
Yeah.
control their own destinies. They play each other. You win, you get in, you lose. Take the
And
high
then
road.
we go to the one that we all said there's no way this is not going to happen. And we said it 3 months ago.
But it is possible that
But
it might not
now
happen.
it's even. Look at that right there.
Yep.
One game? Are they even?
No,
No, they're-
one
they're
game.
one game.
Milwaukee's 1 game behind Colorado. And we said there is no way there won't be 3 teams from the West.
And
Right.
it could happen.
Arizona's in.
Right.
Colorado, Milwaukee.
Maybe.
That's going to be fun. But we said Colorado, or I did. You got to stick with it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think we all said that all 3 teams would come from the West. And again, but remember, we talked about that was how many times they're going to play each other and how many times they're going to beat each other up,
Yep.
as opposed to somebody like
Well,
at the
but-
point when we were talking about it,
Right,
LA
but-
was the dominant team. The Dodgers were dominating.
And here's
everybody.
what's funny is they wound up having to play the Dodgers, and they beat the Dodgers. So you can't sit there and say they faded and the race got close. They lost to other people. They beat the Dodgers.
Right, but I mean, still, Arizona, did they beat the Dodgers? Did Milwaukee have to play the Dodgers? No. Did St. Louis have to play the Dodgers down the stretch? I don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But now they've got to play each other, and those are going to be important games. So if they win it and they get in, kudos to them. They did a good job.
And look who's hanging around.
The Cardinals.
The
The Cardinals
Cardinals.
are always there.
They're always hanging around, but,
But I think they're a little too much to make up.
well,
They've-
3.5. I mean,
They've
that's
got
not
to
that
jump
much.
2. They've got to jump 2 teams though.
But they could. It's possible.
Yeah, you can.
It could happen.
There's a lot of times where it's only 3 games, but 3 games you can sit there. Well, if they lose 3 and we win, but when you got to jump 2 teams, two teams have to play bad for you, and you've got to do good.
Well, you just got to play really well. I mean, if they went on a 12-game win streak, they're in.
They're in.
That's all you got to do.
That's it. Okay. Oh, we still got plenty of time.
No, we don't. That's
Time to
it.
go.
We're out. We're out of time.
227.
We're out of time for session
Oh.
one.
I saw 227.
No, we're out of
the
session
time.
one.
All right. Hey, we got another 15 minutes. Back after the break.
We'll be right back.